Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Today is Monday, November 28th, 2022. I hope you had a great weekend. The moon today has been in Aquarius most of the day, which would tend to make it kind of an unusual day. Okay, so Thanksgiving's done. Now we have the holiday season continuing, with everyone seemingly having put up their decorations, I don't know, on Friday and Saturday. Thank you to those of you who attended Church of Spirituality. I encourage everyone to check out Church of Spirituality right here on my channel. You can watch it after it's been recorded. The only reason I'm encouraging you is because it's uplifting and inspiring, and we all need some spiritual nourishment at least once a week, if not more. As usual, there's a ton of stuff in the news. I want to discuss what's going on with the Republican Party. And I just want to remind you that when the light becomes brighter, the dark becomes more exposed, and I've said that many times. And I want you to know that as horrible as, well, the so-called leader of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, is, we can't deny his horribleness, which just continues to get more and more horrible and unspeakably horrible. Now, for him to have said that he didn't know Nick Fuentes was the most ridiculous thing ever, because I'm not really into white supremacy, but Trump is. Obviously, I don't have to say for entertainment purposes only on that, because he's obviously a racist white supremacist. It's widely known. He's demonstrated that on many occasions. And Nick Fuentes, that little, there's no word horrible enough to describe him. I think he needs a lesson on the Holocaust. I think Nick Fuentes needs to really have a lesson in the Holocaust. Anyway, he's a Holocaust denier, he's an anti-Semite, and he is a really heinous misogynist. And Nick says the most heinous things. And he's only like 25, I think. And boy, I want to ask the pendulum about him, because reading his energy, Nick Fuentes, I'm talking about, is like, that guy is off the rails, murderous, hateful, and he's got evil oozing from his pores. And Donald Trump actually was heard saying, he may have even said this to somebody, I heard that he said he found it his ideas were really in alignment with his own ideas. Was Nick Fuentes, was he a Nazi in a past lifetime? Was he a Nazi? Okay, so I get that he was a Nazi in his past lifetime. Nick Fuentes. I'm going to take a look. Now, I got some new cards. It's not that I need new cards, but cards are like, they're like works of art, and I found these online. Where did I find these? Maybe on eBay? The Moonlight Tarot deck. I'll always use the other ones too. This is a Moonlight Tarot deck. And, can't remember where I got them. It was probably eBay. And I'm looking for the name of the person who made these cards, and I don't see it. Anyway, here's the little book that came with it. So we're going to look at Donald Trump, Kanye West. I mean, my point about the darkness being fully revealed is that we can either go like, oh my God, that's horrible, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, because in a lot of ways it kind of does seem like that. Or we can say, oh, looky here, we know where to shine our light when we're visualizing and praying. I always have a hair sticking up. So we're going to take a look at 3 cards to look at, like, so I'm getting that Nick was a Nazi in his past lifetime. Let me ask another question, because see, now I'm just curious. Was Nick Fuentes a Nazi general? No. He wasn't a general. Was Nick Fuentes, was he Hitler? No. Was he simply a Nazi soldier without any particular ranking? No. So apparently he had some kind of ranking in the past life. Okay, was Nick Fuentes a friend of Hitler? Okay, in his past lifetime he was friends with Hitler. And he was a Nazi. Did he kill people? Okay, so I'm getting a yes on that. So you have to understand that when souls incarnate, they have the option to do better, to do penance, to be a public servant, to do better. You know, there's lots of options. And same with Donald Trump. But let me just, while I'm on the topic of past lifetimes and how they affect us, I told you several times, if you've been with me watching these videos, that Trump was Mussolini. The guides told me that Trump's soul's path was actually to incarnate, to go through all the drama that we've gone through with him in the United States. Trump came into this lifetime with a huge chip on his shoulder because, you know, he was Mussolini. That didn't end well. And what his ultimate purpose is to strengthen American democracy. But we're in that in-between time, we're in the middle time, where we as American citizens need to make a choice energetically to combat this overt hatred, murderous vitriol, violent rhetoric. Our job is to shine our lights, to be as loving and kind as we possibly can, and to hold the torch for that, because that's what's going to combat the darkness. We literally have to come together. And many times I have seen the Lover card come up around America. So through all the mass shootings and the anti-Semitism and the things that we've had to go through, we are going to come together as a stronger nation. It's not the way we want to come together, not because of that. Just like COVID made us all slow down and made us stop and decide that we needed to help each other, most people, and we can't spend energy on the people that are just not going to get it. It made people come together and to recognize that we are all in this together, and it's up to us as a collective. I'm going to pick 3 cards, but while I'm on this topic of us being a collective, don't forget, on Tuesdays, we do a guided meditation time for 20 minutes. It's called 20 on Tuesdays. Go to psychicannetdion.com to sign up to receive the Zoom invite. That's every Tuesday. And also, Grassroots of Democracy is resuming our regular meetings Thursday night, and also we meet on Saturday. So you can sign up for those things at psychicannetdion.com. Don't be afraid to get involved. I'm not asking you for anything except to just be with us. Okay, 3 cards about this whole dinner at Mar-A-Lago. That Trump would ever say that he didn't know who Nick was. Total BS. The 4 of Swords, the meeting was kind of... The 4 of Swords doesn't indicate forward movement. It indicates things like... Oftentimes it indicates stuck negotiations. Now, initially, I got a sense that Donald was all enthused about Nick Fuentes because he's literally considering, my psychic impression is Trump is literally considering Oh, maybe I can go to the supremacists for financial help. It's my psychic impression. The Queen of Cups. Somebody's going to shine a light on what actually happened there. I don't feel like we know everything that was discussed at that meeting at Mar-A-Lago. I can't even believe we're still talking about this stuff, about how criminal Trump is, but hold your horses, because I'm going to talk in a little bit about our buddy Jack Smith. The Queen of Cups indicates that somebody's going to tell more about what happened during that dinner. Remember, last time I was telling you that I felt like Thanksgiving at the Trump residence was very poor. maybe I was thinking moralistically it was very poor, but I just felt like it was really dark. When I tuned into the whole Trump family for like the Thanksgiving at Mar-A-Lago, I got a lot of darkness. I did mention that. Where they used to be a wealthy family, and I was just feeling the poverty of Mar-A-Lago. And okay, so this is the Two of Pentacles. So what happened at that meeting? There's two cards that indicate that nothing really got accomplished. And the Queen of Cups. So we're going to find out more about what happened. So interesting. By the way, a little while ago, I heard that the volcano in Hawaii is spewing lava. I did at the beginning, well, a year ago, when I was doing predictions for this year, I saw a lot of Earth, tectonic plates moving, and that includes volcanoes. So we'll see. Is the volcano going to get dangerous? Yet to be determined. Send positive energy to Hawaii. Just because, the gases from the volcano can be pretty toxic. Just naturally. It is going to... Pendulum said it's going to get a little dangerous in Hawaii. Will people have to evacuate in Hawaii because of the volcano? They won't have to evacuate. That's good. It's just going to get a little bit dangerous. In China, there are protests. In Iran, obviously, there are protests. This is also a result of the frequency on the planet increasing in vibration. And even at the soccer games, the World Soccer Games, the energy of protest. See, this is the newer generations. This is the younger generations that are standing up for people's rights, for the LGBTQ community rights. And we're seeing everywhere, it's just like things are popping up that we are noticing people aren't going to take it anymore. In China, the horrible tragedy of a family, well, several people, I don't know the exact number, dying in an apartment fire. They're under this... People think we were in quarantine. We were never really in quarantine here. But China has a zero COVID policy, and basically they've got people under house arrest because of COVID. And I did hear Dr. Fauci talking about, being asked about the issue. You might have seen it on Jake Tapper, Meet the Press. Dr. Fauci was saying that the Chinese don't have the good vaccinations that work. So they're really in a pickle, and President Xi doesn't care about the people, and that's very obvious, and that's why they're revolting. So we'll take a look at that too. In the meantime, I was actually talking about the volcano. Yeah, there's going to be some, see, volcano, lava, Wheel of Fortune. It's going to change things a little bit in Hawaii. the Emperor. Well, they'll get a handle on it. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull 3 cards. I see this situation in Hawaii, you know, raising some eyebrows with the volcano. But I feel like the people will be okay. Now, we're going to look at the protests that are going on. Let's look at China first. The Lover card, the world is going to rally to help China. If they can, I mean, as much as they can. The Page of Cups, this is really about a new beginning for China. The King of Cups, I actually see, even though this might seem way overly optimistic, I do see some energy in China moving in a new way. I actually feel like a weakening of the Chinese government. And I feel like there's a world influence that's going to make that happen. The influence of the rest of the world is going to make China, President Xi, it's going to put the pressure on him. Is he going to be forced to resign? I just don't see how that could happen, but will President Xi be forced to resign? How is that ever going to happen? Let's take a look at Iran. I don't know. I mean, let's see. Let's take a look at Iran. Is there going to be any progress there? I do have this sense of the UN coming down on these countries. Let's see if they make any headway there. The Three of Pentacles, yes. The UN is starting to step in to these countries that are oppressing the citizens, and the citizens are dying. The Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, yeah, they're gathering their resources. There's the Queen of Cups once again. So the protests in Iran, the Queen of Cups means the women are going to get some power. Also, the women in Russia are starting to get some power too. The women in Russia are starting to complain that their sons and their husbands and their brothers and their fathers, the females are starting to speak up. Let's take a look real quick at what's going on with Putin today. I tuned into his energy, and it's very, to Putin's energy, we've been talking about that a little bit, and I just was taking kind of a remote view look at Putin, and I didn't feel a human in there. I did not feel a human in there. I felt something else. So we're going to take a look at Russia and what's going on there. It's interesting. I mean, it's just really interesting to see how many big shifts are happening. I mean, these aren't small. These aren't like little skirmish here, a little skirmish there. This is like the world is shifting. The world is moving into a different kind of an energy. And what we're seeing is the fallout of that. So the Six of Pentacles, Putin is going somewhere else for money and weapons. Wow, these cards are so shiny. And the Death card is coming up. This war is coming to an end. Putin's war is coming to an end. The queens keep coming up. The Queen of Wands. Okay, there's some communication coming from the people in Russia. I think we're actually going to hear about it. Against Putin, and the Death card is coming. I don't think they can make it. I don't think Russia can make it through this war. I don't think they can make it through this war. And I have been consistently saying, January or February, it's done. It's over. Is it, let's just ask if it's December. It won't end in December. January. I've been getting January. I've been getting that this Putin's war is, which what I call it, Putin's war, is going to be over in January. I feel that. We'll double, triple check it as we go. Okay. Kevin McCarthy. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be Speaker of the House? Let's just ask the pendulum. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be Speaker of the House? Is Kevin McCarthy going to be Speaker of the House? No. N-O, no. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene going to be called out by Jack Smith? Is Marjorie Taylor Greene going to be called out by Jack Smith? Yes. Is Lauren Boebert going to be called out? When I say called out, what I mean is he going to send some kind of a correspondence to them? Some kind of a message. Like he has been doing, Jack Smith has been sending replies to Trump. Is Lauren Boebert going to receive some kind of communication from Jack Smith? Yes. I'll move my pendulum over. Yes, I'm getting a yes on that. Is Paul Gosar going to receive some kind of a message from Jack Smith? Yes, that's a strong yes. Is Kevin McCarthy going to receive something from Jack Smith? Yes. I'm not going to keep going down the list, but you see where this is going. Is Ted Cruz going to receive some kind of a message from Jack Smith? That's no. Is Mark Meadows going to receive some kind of communication from Jack Smith? Is Mark Meadows going to receive some kind of communication? Yes. Okay, so we're seeing that things are ramping up. Jack Smith has not wasted any time, and believe me, when Trump starts attacking, threatening Jack Smith's family, it's going to be hell to pay. We're going to take a look at 3 cards about that. I got rid of all my fruit flies except one. He'll go. I'm going to psych him out. Okay. So, Jack Smith, what's he up to? This is the 7 of Cups. He's plowing through the lies. The Lover card. The Lover card keeps coming up about the United States of America. This man, this prosecutor, loves America. And he's going to do the right thing for America. And also, Merrick Garland really loves America. The people that really love America I'm telling you, 78 cards in the Tower deck. And I keep on getting the Lover card when I look at the challenges that we're going through. So apparently, people, the guides are telling us we need to show our love for one another and our love for country. We have a country right now that has 2 parties, and one of them is advocating for hatred and violence and being like a Nazi. In a way, not openly, not like maybe right in your face, but it's getting to be more that way, like it's right in your face. Like, really? You want hatred, and you want lies, and you want criminality, and you want autocracy, and you want fascism, and you want Nazism? That's what's going on. And the people in America are being forced. I mean, we shouldn't have to be forced, but many people are being forced to get involved and say, no way, Jose, this ain't happening. You are not going to keep this up. This is the most un-American thing you can be. Just when you think that they've been as un-American as they possibly can be, it gets worse. So there's that. And I have the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, hang on. I dropped the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is, once again, female energy is going to start winning. And I really do feel like the female energy of the caring and the nurturing goes along with this. The love that we have for America is going to make a big, big difference. And this is, since I'm reading on Jack Smith, this is his love for his wife. He's not going to let anything happen to that woman. No way. Remember the other day I was telling you about my vision of Jack Smith. It's like all these people that are getting ready to be subpoenaed and eventually prosecuted are lined up on a table like wooden dolls, and he's just looking at what's going on, what the cases are, what the evidence is, and going, okay, ping, off you go, ping, just in the sense of like, you're in trouble, you're in trouble, you're in trouble. Yeah, here we go. So I have 2 7s here about Jack Smith. So I see 7 people that are in trouble, that are representatives. And yeah, I see Donald Trump's needing to show up for questioning by the 3rd week in December. I do feel something's going to break the 3rd week in December. Merry Christmas, right? Happy holidays to everybody. At that time, we get a holiday gift. Let me ask, will Trump be indicted in the 3rd week in December? Yes. Will it be before that? Will it be before that? It's going to be the 3rd week in December. Okay. And I did call that something big was going to happen on that Friday afternoon when Merrick Garland told us all that Jack Smith had been appointed to the special counsel. Let's take a look at Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. We're just going to take a look at the cards. Let's first look at Raphael Warnock's cards. 3 cards about Raphael Warnock. 7 of Swords, 10 of Cups, King of Swords. Okay, so they're gonna put Raphael Warnock through the tumult of the Republican tumult. He will emerge victorious with the 10 of Cups. And need I say more? You don't have to be a tarot card reader. This is Raphael Warnock, King of Swords. His communication, his really just being a genuine, authentic public servant. I mean, my goodness, he's a pastor. He's a reverend. I don't even think I need to look at Herschel Walker, but just for kicks, I'll pick one card about Herschel Walker. The Empress. The women that have gone after Herschel Walker are that's going to take precedence over everything else in terms of people voting for Herschel Walker. No, it's the women. All right, I'll pick another card about Herschel Walker. Another couple cards. He's going to be trying to defend his position. There will be people that come in, really horrible people that come in and try to make Herschel Walker make him out to look like he got cheated. And the Empress is a female energy coming against Herschel Walker. The Knight, I mean the King of Swords definitely is stronger than the Knight. But I do see a lot of riffraff going on around that election. And Herschel Walker just keeps screwing up and screwing up. So this is a really important time for us to say, no more. Please go to Michael Moore's, speaking of Moore, Michael Moore has on Substack, he has a talk, and I'm going to go through it again, just to remind everybody what we have to be pushing the Democrats for to get done before January. Let's take a look at a few cards. Anyway, Raphael Warnock is going to win in Georgia. Let's look at a few cards about Kerry Lake, because I've been, having my finger on the pulse there. She's trying to cause problems. But let's take a look at what's going on with Kerry Lake. I mean, the election, I'm pretty sure, got certified. But these poor gullible people that think that they have to insist that the election was rigged are sort of protesting it. So Kerry Lake has gone begging to Donald Trump, please help me. I have a cup. I need you to, fill it with lies. The Six of Wands. So this is about Kerry Lake. She's trying to chum up to Trump, as we know. The Six of Wands. Yeah. Kerry Lake is trying to line something up. Wow, she just doesn't let go. She really doesn't let go. She's trying to line something up to decertify. She's trying to decertify the election. She needs to just give it up. For the Katie Hobbs one. I mean, what is this country that cannot be like, okay, you won. You go take a walk, right? I'm just pulling 3 more cards about Kerry Lake. The love for country is gonna, the love for democracy wins. I don't see her able to get anywhere, even though she's gonna glom onto Donald Trump. And really, a lot of people are not gonna want to glom onto Donald Trump anymore, even though they felt like they had to, right? They had to germ. We used to call it germing when I lived in Nashville. Germing, to the record executives and the publishers and that kind of thing. Germing. So even though she's tried to germ up to Donald Trump, it's not going to work. Kerry Lake's shenanigans are not going to work because of the love for democracy that we all have. Yeah. All right. How much longer is she going to do this? Because it's not really... It hasn't worked in other places because of the midterms. What the results we saw in the midterms, we know it hasn't worked in other places to keep being an election denier. Is she gonna lay off by the next week? Nope, she's not. I'm telling you, she's making a plan with Trump to do something. In December, she's gonna lay off in December. I feel like Kerry Lake is gonna be facing legal trouble if she keeps it up. And I just got a Jack Smith connection too, so she might be hearing from the DOJ about what she's trying to do. Is it inciting violence? Let me ask, is Kerry Lake thinking about inciting violence? Is she thinking about inciting violence? Yeah, she's thinking about it. Entertainment purposes only. Yeah, she's probably thought about it. Makes sense. And will she go ahead with a plan to incite violence? No. I think she'll get too afraid of getting in trouble herself. Not that she'll be afraid that she's doing the wrong thing. No, she's afraid that she'll get in trouble. All right. The January 6th committee. I thought they would schedule another hearing in December. Let's take a look at the January 6th committee. There's going to be some kind of disruption of the January 6th committee. There's going to be some change around the January 6th committee. Maybe that they're going to have another hearing. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a delay in them getting their findings out. Not that they won't come out. But the January 6th committee is compiling their final report. But I actually feel a delay in it coming out, which is okay. Because of more information that's coming in, the Eight of Wands. There's more work to do. The Tower there's going to be a disruption of their schedule, of their plans. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I don't feel, it might at first look like, it's kind of like when Merrick Garland appointed a special counsel. Is the January 6th committee going to delay getting their findings to the public? There's going to be a delay in getting their findings to the public. Will they get their findings to the public in January? Will they get their findings to the public? And I feel like, all right, let's try this again. Will they get their findings to the public in January? Will they get their findings to the public in February? It looks like the January 6th committee final report to get to the public will be in February. And then, and it's gonna, a lot is gonna happen around that. I kind of am getting a sense that everything's gonna happen at once around that. And in February, like it all, like the indictments, the grand jury, cases, and it's crazy. There's going to be a lot happening, coming together, kind of dovetailing in February. I'm going to cut this video off really soon because the storage in my iPad runs out, and Apple doesn't make it easy to fix that. It's a lot of convolutions. So let's pick 3 cards for the week. And by the time I see you again, a lot will have happened this week. It feels like it's going to be a busy week news-wise. I see an arrest coming for some public figure, and gosh, there's too many. There's too many to ask about. I feel an arrest coming. That Nick Fuentes, he needs to be arrested. He's a dangerous, dangerous character. He's a sociopath. It's really, I seldom see people that dangerous. Like Doug Mastriano doesn't hold the candle to Nick Fuentes. I see an arrest coming this week, a high-profile arrest. So before I go, I'll be doing a show with Corey, as far as I know, Wednesday, 6:30. Last week, I don't know, he had other plans at the last minute. On Bridge Cape Ann, 6:30 live. And on Friday, I'll do a Friday Night Live. And I'm just giving you my schedule. Please go to psychicannetdion.com to sign up for 20 on Tuesdays and for Grassroots of Democracy. And also, I have a class, an event. It's more of an event. For winter solstice, please register for that. Sign up for that on my website, psychicannetdion.com, because it's going to be a one-of-a-kind event. Winter solstice, December 17th. It's a Saturday. We're going to have an event. Please come and book a reading. I've got plenty of room in my schedule. The Moon, the High Priestess. Okay, so this is going to be a week where it's a very emotional week. We're facing a lot of darkness in our country. It's part of the change. Take time for solitude and meditation and empowering yourself. I recommend watching Church of Spirituality. You have nothing to lose. And the Queen of Pentacles. Church just means fellowship. And it's all virtual, so no one's going to pressure you. I know I'm pushing it, but it's because it's good. The Queen of Pentacles. We're going to see a lot of female energy. That's the energy of the feminine, the creative. We're going to actually start to see situations coming together, almost like it looks like in creative ways, to solve some of the problems that we're facing in this country right now. I actually do see conflict resolution happening this week. So I'll be back for sure on Friday, and with Corey I'll be on Wednesday. That's Bridge Cape Ann. And thank you for joining me for this recorded video, and I will see you soon. Namaste. Be good to yourself. You're awesome. Good night or a good day.